All right, welcome back, everybody. This is Fast Cars, Fast Money. We got a hot podcast here for you. We're ready to go for the road course, and this is a big one. We only got 68 laps here. We're going to focus on place differential this week. There's not many dominator points to be scored here. So somebody on the pole in a 400 lap race might be somebody that you'd love to play. This week, not so much. We've only got 68 laps for him to lead. Last year, we don't have too much to go on here based off of last year because it rained and everybody had a really difficult time going into it. So we're also in a new gen car, so it's a totally different race than last year. I wouldn't put too much stake into what we saw. And again, what we're really looking for is drivers that are starting a little further back, going to move forward and then have a decent finishing spot. So let's jump right into our drivers here. Kev, I'll start with you. Who you looking to play at the top here, depending on how they qualify?
Depending on how they qualify, I think you got to look at all three of these top guys and Chase Larson and KFB there. Chase and Kyle are probably the top two, kind of like a 1A, 1B. You make an argument for each of them being the best driver on road courses, and I probably couldn't come up with a great argument to tell you you're wrong. They're both just phenomenal. And then really close behind them is going to be Kyle Busch. So I think it's going to, like you said, come on down to where they start. If one of them starting first and the other one starting 10th, then we kind of view them all the same skill level and they're all priced within $300 of each other. I think you're just going to personally think you should probably drop down that guy that's starting 10th as he offers you a little bit more of that PD, still offers you just as much upside. But yeah, what do you got, Andrew?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of good road course racers in the Cup Series, and then you kind of have that top level. And I think DraftKings did a pretty good job of pricing the guys who kind of separate themselves from the rest historically. Now, like Coop said, it's a brand new car. It's the next gen. It's the first time we've been on a road course with the next gen car for an actual race. So I am curious to see. Yeah, historically these guys have been good at road courses, but will that translate over to this new car? Because it's going to be different braking points. It's just a completely different car than we used to have before. Everything is different with it. So we're going to use practice and qualifying to kind of figure out, who is, picking up on that skill set, who is kind of ahead of the curve a little bit. But looking at pricing, some of the guys I am interested in initially coming into this weekend, I think Austin Cindric at $9,500. I think Cindric proved how good of a road course racer he was in the Xfinity Series and some of the select Cup Series starts that he did last year. So I think I like his pricing a lot. Again, you also have AJ Allmendinger in there at $8,800. He did win a road course race last year. It did get a little chaotic, so a lot of good cars did get wrecked out, but nonetheless, he still did win. And he's also running the Xfinity Series race. And anytime you can get more laps on a track, I think that is always going to benefit you. I know there's some other drivers in the field who are pulling double duty, like Ross Chastain. I like Ross Chastain a lot in his price, but again, there's a lot of uncertainty coming into this weekend with not knowing where they're starting, just because, like Coop said, there isn't that many points up for grabs this weekend. So qualifying is really going to push you one way or the other. And again, the main focus is getting guys who can earn you positive place differential points and the ability to finish well. So yeah, are there any other plays down here, Coop, as we start to get lower on the slate to kind of stick out to you?
Well, let's scroll back up to the top. I think we've hammered it enough that we have to wait till qualifying, right? But at the same time, and tune in to our videos further in the week after qualifying. We'll break this down after we've got all of those starting positions, and we'll tell you who our favorite plays are after the fact. But for the preview, I think Chase Elliott is reasonably priced at the top because I feel he is the best road course racer in the Cup Series. And I think if he starts a little, just not even in the pole, I think he's a pretty easy plug-in if he starts a little further back than you'd expect him to. Moving down, I think there's phenomenal plays. I think it's interesting this week that we got Briscoe priced over Harvick. That'll be probably the only time that you see that this year is in the road course races, until we get a little further into the year and maybe results change the pricing some. But you're not normally going to see Briscoe priced over Harvick. And that really is a reflection on how good Briscoe is at these road course races. And if you remember, he wrecked Denny last year in one of the road course races in a very dramatic fashion. And of course, AJ won a road course last year, and Christopher Bell did too. So this high 8K to low 9K range is really interesting to me. And then if we move a little further down, I think there's a lot of interesting plays. Kaz Grala is racing in the Truck Series this week, only 5,900. Very good road course racer. I think there's some value that could potentially be found there. And also Cole Custer is racing in the truck race, so he'll have a little bit of experience there. You see Harvick and Briscoe priced way up. Custer super cheap. Custer's not somebody that we're typically throwing our money down on, but he does have a little experience there on this road course race, coming in on a Friday and then having the Cup race on Sunday. So and then if you move further down, there is some guys here that you don't normally see in the Cup Series. Andy Lally there, Joey Hand, and then the two lowest, Boris and Loris, down there at the bottom. So we do have some new faces here, and we'll just have to see where they all qualify and see where it all comes out, and we'll base our plays off of that. Again, we will have all three Truck, Xfinity, and Cup videos out after qualifying, and we're super excited to see where everything plays out this week. So, Andrew, Kev, any final thoughts, or are we good to go here?
All I'm going to say is remember to like and subscribe this video so you can keep getting our content. Go over to our Twitter at FastCarsFM, get this spreadsheet, and we'll keep posting and keep you guys updated as the week goes on and we get more information. Good luck, everybody.